Hello and officially welcome to the Date Your Wife podcast here in Miami. Garrett and I started this podcast probably 6 years ago, and it keeps growing, it keeps growing. We were inconsistent for a while, and the last year we've been very consistent, and we've had a lot of really cool guests on the show. But today, it's just me and Mr. Make America Great Again.
Hey, you know what was sad about being in Miami is the following. Don't care if you're Jewish, Christian, Muslim, black, white, Latino. It seems to be the three races here. Israeli, with a lot of those. And everybody loves my Trump shirts. Everyone. Old people, young people, all races, everyone. Same thing. Oh my God, love that. The one comment they had to me is, did you have a hard time wearing that shirt in California? I was like, I didn't have a hard time wearing that shirt in California. But half the people hated me for wearing it in California.
Not as bad in Orange County, though.
That was bad. There was still the look, though. Even in Orange County, there was like the look.
Yeah,
it was like the...
Well, people were like, I support this, but I can't say anything.
I'm an undercover Trump fan. Here in Florida, not the case.
Yep.
So we're here, and in token celebration of being here in Miami, my wife for Christmas purchased me a David Yurman mini Cuban.
Yeah, it's cute.
So it looks like a Cuban. It's not a Cuban.
That's why it felt like it looked like it. Like I was like, this looks like Miami style.
Yep.
And I got a Super Bowl ring for being married for 21 years.
You did get a Super Bowl ring.
I did.
And then you thought it was too big.
No, I mean, you got to get used to this kind of carrot. You do. It's not a daily driver.
And so we had some young people see this ring, and they're like feeling all kinds of pressure and like judging themselves. I'm like, hey, you're 24.
Yeah.
We've been married for 21 years. We've been together for 23 years. We have been entrepreneurs for over 2 decades. We have had 5 children. We are pushing the limits to the game. You deserved it, but it wasn't just the ring. The rock is massive, but it wasn't just that.
Like just like a rebirth? You know what was interesting?
Are you asking that as a question?
Yeah.
Why are you asking that as a question? You know the answer to this.
Well, you hear it all the time. Like we went to church yesterday and they're like, you have to be reborn. And people are like, what is this? And it's like, you have to let this old version of you die. You're not actually physically dying, but you have this whole other level to who your spirit can become. And it's funny because it's always talked about as individuals, like, oh, you need to be rebirthed. But there's a concept too, where can you be rebirthed as a couple? And it's one of those things like Garrett and I feel like we have pulled off like an anomaly. Like we've pulled off something that not a lot of married couples do, which is like, we went through crappy times and like a lot of shit happened, and instead of like cheating or getting divorced or all these things, like we almost like reborn our marriage. Mm-hmm. And so instead of like, yeah, we were reborn individually, but we literally like our marriage went from like we had 2 kids, figured things out, and then it was almost like we spiritually got divorced.
Yep.
Got back together, reborn, and rebuilt the life and the marriage that you see today. And that's why we're passionate about sharing our story, good, bad, and ugly, because so many times people don't want to talk about what's going on. It's like they're like, oh, I can't talk about religion. I can't talk about politics. Oh, don't air your dirty laundry. And it's like, the crazy thing is so many couples are going through all the same shit. And nobody wants to talk about it. And that's why you're seeing divorces. That's why you're seeing cheating. And that's why you're seeing all these things. So we kind of started this podcast to be like, hey, we're not perfect. We're not claiming to be marriage coaches, but we're going to talk about what we're going through while we're going through it.
And we're doing it real time. And I think that's the piece. Everybody wants to talk about their dark shit from like 10 years ago. I just want to talk about my dark shit from last night.
Oh, yeah. I mean, God, what? That's the thing. It's like, we'll be doing really good. And then we'll have a moment. And I'm like, really?
But things have changed with these moments, because I had a moment last night.
You get over them quicker.
I had a moment last night. I'm just going to put myself out there. We're going to put myself on the altar and allow myself to be slaughtered. The moment, listen, every man knows that there's this one thing about his wife that just drives him fucking insane. You have your fucking insane moment. It's when you're in power, you're grounded. You just don't, you brush it off. You're like, I don't care, or whatever. She said the thing.
Cute.
She's hot, great breasts. I'd like those later. So you don't say stupid shit. But then you have your moments where it's been too much. And for 2 straight days, I had a toddler who was doing everything in her mind to do defiant behavior including calling you a bitch to your face and throwing a backpack at you.
She's 5, and she's like, everything's new. So she's been
She's very new. She learned how to flip the bird last week.
Like, she doesn't know how to feel, so she's just wild.
Oh, she knows how to feel.
Yeah,
she knows how to feel the whole range of emotions.
Yeah.
So I was demonstrating deep, like guru level patience. Even though my goodbyes, Jeremy Finlay was with us for 2 days staying at the house, and he's like, bro, I have a whole new level of respect for you as a man. Like, I don't know how you do it in this house with all these women. It's all women. It's like nannies, and it's cleaners, and it's your daughters, and it's your wife, and it's so many women. I was like, you're no fucking kidding, dude. I'm serious. And I'm on testosterone, which means my balls have shrunk quite a bit. So it's like, I'm really up against a huge battle. And
are you?
I'm patient. And then last night you had to go off and ask the ultimate dig of a question.
A dig of a question?
Yeah, here it is. When I put baskets in your bathroom and in the closet, can you put your clothes in them? That was all she said. And that's pretty aggressive. So what did I say? I lost my shit. I lost my shit.
And
I looked at her and I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Again, it wasn't the comment, but it was the straw that broke the father's back.
Well, and I knew that because what's so crazy is, like, I had been Sundays, I like to do the laundry and that kind of thing, and it kind of hit me like earlier in the morning. I was like, dude, I put these baskets here. Just put the fucking clothes in.
I carried all the baskets down though. I carried all 5 of the big baskets
what I'm
down.
realizing, guys, I was like, gosh, I thought I was making it easier. And so when I was like, should I mention it? Because it's really not a big deal, but I'm gonna mention it. So my timing might have been poor because it was at the end of the day, and you just gotten some bad news from a team employee. But I was like in the laundry room cleaning stuff up. Anyway, so I was like, I'm just gonna ask him. I'm just gonna be like, hey. I felt like my tone was good.
She said it really rude.
I was like, hey.
It was like this.
I was like, again, hey.
It was like this.
I put these brand new baskets in your bathroom and in your closet. Do you think you could just put your clothes in the basket?
Can you hear that fucking tone? What kind of woman talks to a man like that? You don't talk to a man like that with that kind of tone.
So then he's like, this was his response.
What did I say? I don't remember. I just remember I got angry and my eyes turned red.
You go, I put them in a couple times a week. I go, but maybe could you do it like daily? And you go, you look me dead in the eye. I go, no, I'll do it a couple times a week when I feel like it. And I was like, it's like, I literally was like, he's not in his good place right now. So then I'm like, really?
I was like, don't fucking tell me how to do laundry.
And then you were like, you're being petty. Are you really being petty about this shit? This is petty shit. And I was like, I just really don't. I just want the clothes in the basket. And then you like kept coming at me, and I was like, I'm gonna go upstairs now. And he's like, don't walk away from this. I'm like, this isn't even a serious argument.
We are in a serious conversation right now about the laundry.
And I was like, here's the crazy thing though. There are stupid times where, especially if we both had a cocktail, that I will dig in and be like, fuck you, da, da, da. And I was like, he's not in his right mind. He just got this news. I didn't even take it personal because you had just gotten some news. And I was like, okay, probably poor timing, but I'm not going to allow myself now to get triggered and riled up. And so sometimes as a woman, that's why I'm like, I'm going to walk away. He's not in his right mind. And it's not because I'm trying to ignore him. It's not because I'm trying to wall up. But sometimes it's like, I'm going to just give him space. And then even this morning, like you came back and you're like, hey, I don't know why I got so mad. I don't know why I flipped my lid. I don't know. And I'm like, I know why you flipped your lid. You were stressed with the talk. I knew. So I didn't take it personal, but I didn't want to be reactive and say something stupid. And then we both wake up and we're like, God, how did that snowball? And we've had that happen. We wake up and we're like, how did that snowball?
That happen. Something like
so
that
many
would
couples
occur,
do.
and then we would get angry. Then you would yell. Then I would yell more. Then you would yell. Then I would yell louder. And then I would end up sleeping in the guest room.
And then you literally are like, did we just like literally a bomb went off because I just asked you to put your clothes in a basket? And so it's so human that when it happens, I'm like, really? But every once in a while it does happen, and I just have to, now I've gotten to this place where I'm just like, I'm not going to dwell on this. Like, I could be super irritated and be like, I just want the fucking clothes in the basket, and like be bitter and wall up and let that like carry through. I woke up to a text like, I love you, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. And it was just simple. It wasn't like bringing up other stuff. It was like, I don't know why I reacted that way. And I knew too that you were in a great space because even our 5-year-old, you were like putting her to bed, and I was like, I think he's yelling at our 5-year-old for no reason. And so
let me tell you what went down, because Danielle's comment was so aggressive and so rude and so personally attacking. How dare you ask the king to clean up his clothes off the floor? We have people for that shit.
So this is what drives me fucking nuts about producing men. You're like,
Why would I do it if I got people to do it?
yeah, but guess what? We do have
Then
people.
I'm creating jobs.
But do you know
But leave
I'm
it on
sometimes
the floor.
the
I'm
people?
creating a job. Put it in a basket. I take away opportunities like washing my own cars. Why would I wash my cars? Mow my lawn, clean my pool. If I go out and clean the pool,
So
pool guy doesn't have a job. If I wash my cars, wash car guy doesn't have a job.
But here's how I
Prestige
looked at
Auto
it.
goes out of business.
Here's how I looked at it. When I didn't. Your response when you're like, when I'm like, well, do you think you could put him in the basket? And you're like, yeah, every other day when I want to. And I was like,
At least you knew where I was.
no, I was like, that is
At
so.
least you knew.
I felt like almost like a little bit disrespected in the sense that I was like, lack of appreciation for what I'm doing as a wife. Like, imagine if you're talking about you're producing. I'm like, well, could you produce even like da 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 da? Like when it's like it was
Yeah,
like a lack.
that's what you do.
Well, I do, but.
That was a bad example.
That's a really bad.
That was a fucking
Damn it,
horrible
I do
example.
ask you to produce
Imagine
more.
if you were a producing man and then I expected you to produce.
I do actually
more.
always expect
Wait
you to
a
produce
second, I
more.
do fucking
But-
do that. Try again. Option B.
But my point being in that was like I just was like, God, why can't you? But I was like, why don't you just say the simple answer? Yeah, babe, I'll put my clothes in the
It
basket.
would have been way easier.
And I
And-
would have been like, thank you, love you. And then I would have been like, oh, he noticed I did the laundry.
No,
and he
I could have
appreciates
been
me.
better. If I wanted to get laid last night, which I didn't. If I want to get laid last
See,
night.
that's a problem. Just because you don't want to get laid, does that mean you can be a dick?
No. But see, the higher level of the game is I love my
I
wife and love her
do.
soul. The lower level is I have a penis. So like these two things exist.
That's
at
why
the
women
same
have
time.
to hold out because if
There's
you're
my
too
soul,
satisfied,
and then there's my desire to be in your.
here's okay. This is real though. If I have noticed, if you get sex a lot,
Yeah.
there are times that you're like, I don't need it tonight, therefore I don't have to show up.
No, that's not true.
That is
Give
true.
me an
So
example.
that's why women have to withhold a little bit.
Oh my God, when? When have I acted like that?
Like, yeah, I can tell.
When?
Like the last night. I was
Last
like,
night was on one of those times.
okay, I'm sorry. Even on Friday night, I had to wake you up. Yeah, you were
But
like,
it was good. It was
yeah,
good for you. You liked it when you woke
what
me
I'm
up. That was
saying,
good.
what I'm saying is you were an asshole last night. I forgive you, and I need you to put your clothes in the baskets.
And the higher level answer would have been this. Babe, I'm sorry. That's, you know what? That's unacceptable. I'll make sure I do better
Yeah,
with that. Come
and
here.
I'd been like,
Give me a kiss.
"Thanks."
Thank you so much for doing
Then
the
I'd have been
laundry
like,
today.
shit, I gotta have sex
You're
now.
amazing. Oh, you don't gotta nothing. Don't pretend the gotta thing. That's like a dude saying, well, here's my wife. She's my better half because I'm just a worthless piece of shit that my wife decided to pick him off the ground. I hate it when fucking guys do that. Here's my better half. That's bullshit. It's not my better
used to
half.
do
This
it,
is my
though.
other
You
half.
used to
I
do
know,
it.
and I used to be a huge pussy with all that shit
No,
too.
I do. I think there's a balance though. Like if you're constantly putting your significant other on a pedestal, it's almost like you're like, dude,
You're devaluing yourself.
Well, yeah, you're like you're awesome too. So
Well, look at it this
yeah.
way: like when a dude says, "Yeah," I admit, or a guy will be like, "Oh yeah, bro, you married way outside your league."
I hate when people
Here's
say
the
that.
contrast. That means the chick settled.
Yeah.
You're like, don't even take that comment. Yeah, dude, I'm just a good closer. I closed her because, like, you know, she's way out of my league. I'm like, okay, bro, you just said that you were a worthless pile of 7 and you managed yourself a 10. Congratulations, great sales, but it still says you're a shithead.
Yeah. Even if your wife's like smoking hot, you shouldn't say that.
No, bad. What if she's not smoking hot? Can you say that?
Yeah.
Hey, I definitely played down on this one.
We can say that.
You know what's interesting in Latino culture that's funny is like if you're with your girl
They call her
and she's
a fatty.
overweight and she's got a little extra cushion or pushing, they'll introduce you at times. Not all Latin cultures do this. Mexican culture does this a lot, which is like, oye, aquí es mi gorda. It's like, here's my
here's my fatty.
Well, translated in English is like, hey, want to introduce you to my fatty? That's what it is in English. But in Spanish, it sounds a lot nicer. In English, it's like, it doesn't come across the same. Like if I walked up and I was like, and you were fat, and I was like, hey, this is my wife. Hey, I want you to meet my fatty.
Oh yeah.
That's literally
but
the
I'm not
English
fat, so that'd
translation.
be
That's what
weird.
it is. Spanish, it sounds totally different. It sounds way better in Spanish.
Can
It's
you
not bad in
introduce me like
Spanish.
that? That'd be funny.
Okay,
'Cause I'm not
mi flaquita.
fatty at all.
Es mi chiquitica aquí.
Ay, what does that mean?
That just means my little chicklet, my little tiny person.
My little chicklet.
Yeah.
That's cute. I like that.
Cool.
So we're in Miami. Here we are.
And
we're
listen,
doing it.
I'm going to talk more about this. We went to an amazing new church called Vogue.
Vogue?
Is it Vogue? It's not Vogue.
It's not Vogue. It's VOU.
VOUS. Booze.
Vows.
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 It looks like vows.
Well, that's good that we don't even know how to say the
was
same name
awesome.
of the church. But Pastor Rick, who's the main pastor there, he was awesome.
Yeah.
And he was talking about darkness yesterday, which was really, really cool because he was saying all this stuff that like we fundamentally deeply subscribe to. And the one thing that he warned, here's the crazy part. He warned in service yesterday. I didn't catch it, obviously. He made a comment about fighting in the dark.
Yeah,
Remember
I
this?
thought
He
that was
said
funny.
nothing good happens when you try to fight in the dark. which is it's past like 6 or 7, 8 o'clock.
That's true.
How many times we fight at 12 noon?
You know what's interesting too? Whenever we fight at night, I never sleep good. Even though I'm like, I was just being a dick. Like I kind of toss and turn, and I'm like, I hate falling asleep with that feeling.
I'm gonna be straight with you.
You sleep like a rock. That's
I
fine.
don't have any problem sleeping.
No, but I'm women. We like if we're stressed, it's like we have a hard time sleeping.
Here's the deal. I get laid, I sleep well. I don't get laid, I sleep well.
Yeah.
I get in a fight, I sleep well. I
So,
don't get in a fight, I sleep well.
That's why you're like, why are you
There's
in
a
bed an
hurricane,
extra
I
3
sleep well.
hours? And I'm like, because I
earthquake,
got
I
kicked
sleep
by
well.
toddlers. And
Do you know why I sleep well?
because you like the whiskey?
Because I don't stay in bed till 8.
Okay, I knew you were gonna go there.
That's
But-
why. Because I
but
wake
you,
up at 3.
You fall
Because
asleep so
have,
hard.
You
and women
quantity
don't.
time beds.
Yeah, I have to get my
quality
recovery
time.
sleep.
I like quality
We should get those
bedtime.
sleep watches.
Why? What would you
Just
do
to
with
see-
it?
no, to
Just
see,
so you
like-
can see you got to bed at 8 o'clock?
No, to see. I don't go to bed at 8. So you can see like your realm sleep. Like there's different levels of sleep.
Realm? Is this a new thing?
There's like your
Realm?
dream sleep. There's like your realm sleep. Yeah, look it up.
Okay, we need ChatGPT to help you out right now.
No.
There's no such thing as realm sleep. That's
no
called psychedelics.
No, you're.
I'm in the realm right now. I'm like
Googling
literally the ketamine is just hit. I'm so
You're
fucking high.
wrong.
I'm in the sleep realm right now.
Hey
like,
Siri,
I'm
what are the
dead.
different levels of sleep patterns?
It's not called realm. It's called REM.
Oh, REM.
REM sleep. But REM sleep is cute. I mean, we could get high as fuck right now and go to REM
Why are you
sleep
making
together.
fun of me?
I'm not making
Why are
fun
you
of
being
you.
a dick?
I'm not being a
You're
dick.
being a little bit of a dick.
You're not even on your microphone. I
know.
can't hear you say that.
Well, you know what I mean. Like
I know. I knew what you mean. I'm helping you
the
out.
different REM sleep.
Atta girl.
I sleep mostly in like the dream sleep, and then I get like 2 hours of the REM sleep, not to be confused with
Well,
the
that's
realm
why you want to
sleep.
do the watch so you can see.
Yeah, because I literally I'm like, yeah, I agree. I probably am in bed like 9 hours. I'm like, but I think I sleep maybe 6 broken up hours. And I will tell you, if you have toddlers, it is as bad as having newborns. Because we have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and like our other 2 girls, we have 2 older daughters. They were 4 years apart, so it was like we went through the same. All toddlers climb in your bed.
I think
And
we're
you're like,
getting
I have
another
two-
night nanny.
And you're like, I have 2 choices. Should I keep walking them back to their bed, or am I just too tired and I don't care? The kicker on this, the problem, and all parents can relate with this, when you're like, I don't care anymore, I'm not going to keep walking them back to their bed. They will kick you all night long. So either way, you don't sleep. So you choose your hard.
You know what it is in our
now we
house?
have 2. We have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old and a guy that snores. And he's like, babe, I don't know why you're in bed for 9 hours. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's
Snoring.
literally, we had a night nanny for our 4th
Deep,
baby. I slept like
rhythmic
a baby.
therapy.
No. So I got a snore. Oh, and I have a Yorkie that sleeps with us. I have a dog, 2 toddlers, and a snoring husband.
You're lucky.
Yeah. So he always makes fun of me and is like, you don't get out of bed till 9. I'm like,
You're so lucky. I mean, seriously, to count your blessings, that's like 4 serious blessings. A tiny dog
hey,
that's the size of a
it's fine.
guinea pig.
I actually wake up every morning and my daughter, like her cute little face is in like a zombie, and she's like, I love you, mommy. And I'm just like, this isn't going to last forever. So I'm just going to submit to not having sleep for a few more years and then I'll be fine.
Yeah, because within 2 hours, she says, I hate you, Dad. You're
That's
the
true,
worst
but it's
dad
really cute
ever."
in the morning. It's really cute in the morning. So
It just changes with the wind.
So what do you think about Miami?
I love Miami.
What
I
do you
think Miami is like exactly where we need to be.
Yep.
Miami is not Orange County.
It is not.
Not at all. Like, there's Orange County, and Orange County is a vibe. Like, we loved Orange County. We lived in Orange County 12 years, and we were in Arizona. So going from Arizona to Orange County was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then going from Orange County to Miami was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like a triple whoa.
Yeah.
That's why there were some friends of ours that were living in Wisconsin, and they wanted to move to Miami, and they went from like this 4,000 person town to come to Miami with us. I was like, bro, I don't know if you can handle this. This is like going from never drinking to 9 shots of Casa Glace Azul. You're done. You're going to good night on the floor, maybe even throw up. You should go to Orange County first. So they did.
Yeah.
They're in Orange County. They took over all of our stuff in Orange County, moved from a little 4,000 town in Wisconsin, Mark and Kendra Jennison, and they built took over the Warrior HQ.
I think
They're
like
crushing it.
I will say, like, when we first moved to California, something about living on the water feels like a rebirth. Like, once you live on the water, you're like, I could never live anywhere else. So for us, we had lived in Vegas and in Utah, and it was just in Arizona, and we just wanted to be on the water. So for us, and so many couples that I see in families that move to Orange County or anywhere there's like beach property, it's just like, like the water has energy. It's a vibe. It's not even necessarily the city. It's like, to me, it just symbolized like freedom. Like, we had gone through so much, being raised the way we were, and like the different patterns and the different cultures and things like that inside of Utah. to where it felt like a rebirth as a couple. And that's when I started the show that I was talking about. I was like, this is our second rebirth as a couple and as a family. And I think that's what's so cool about it. And California was great because of the water. And so when new couples go there, I'm like, I know that feeling.
Awesome.
You're about to be reborn again as a family, as a unit, as a couple. And I even feel that here in Miami, just like in the connections that we've had and the openness that we've had. And I don't know about you, but it's weird. Since we have moved, I notice a more openness in myself. Like I'm more friendly. I'm more like, yeah, invite people over. Let's go talk. Let's go to these networking events. Let's go to this. And it's been fun to experience because last year in 2024, the biggest thing that I felt like God told me was like, you need to share your light. And I was like, okay. And I didn't know what that meant. So I kind of revamped my podcast and all that stuff. And I was like, what do you mean I need to share my light? I am like, but I realized like everybody needs to share their life, but I was like, we need to expand and grow and socialize and network and we need to show people who we are and what we've overcome and what we've built.
Do you know why Miami's awesome? Mm-hmm. Because there's less, I'm going to say something a little controversial, white people.
I think
I'm serious. Listen to me. Hear me out.
I think
Hear
the
me
correct
out.
thing would be there's more culture.
Orange County white people have they have a different vibe, but it's like it's different. Like on the coast, from Newport down to Corona Del Mar to Laguna Beach to Dana Point to San Clemente, like that whole lineup. Cool people. Don't get me wrong. Cool people, but you got like no diversity.
Yeah, it's like you don't have diversity or culture. Yeah.
Then we'll come to Miami, and for the first time in my entire life, I'm a minority.
You know what I like?
I fucking love it. I like it.
You know what I like?
I enjoy it. I enjoy being a minority. I like it.
I like it too because I feel like in Orange County, everybody's got their bubbles, right?
Yeah.
And their cliques and their people, and it's like here,
it's a lot of carbon
cares.
copy white people.
Yeah, and nobody cares. Like
they don't connect.
You would think coming here, you'd just be like, oh my gosh, it's so much drama. It's actually less drama being in a bigger city because everybody's doing their own shit.
And also, look at this, Latin culture. Let's face it, it's awesome. It's just awesome. They have more fun. They're more about family. They have more fun. They like to party when they party, and they do their thing. We see it all day long on the yachts. They have a great time.
There's
there's less sense of like I need to impress people.
I definitely feel like we fit in more.
They do their thing, and they're like, we are Latinos. We are pura vida. Like they just are. And then you got black culture, which is kind of the same way, just a different vibe. Mm-hmm. And then you got uptight Orange County white people, which we were around a ton. And just being, that's why we never heard, like it was harder.
It was just more drama. It felt like everybody knew. It felt like everybody knew everybody kind of thing. It didn't feel.
But they didn't really know anybody. That was the problem. It's like there was so much, there's a lot of, there just was a less genuine connection. And I think a lot of that has to do with just state of California, but also at the same token, there was just, we ran with people who were amazing in Orange County. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that everyone in Orange County was that way. I'm just saying like if you were to compare and contrast the two cities, what's the big difference? No racial diversity, massive racial diversity. Yeah. Number one. Number two, you have a lot of people who might be first or second generation or first generation Americans. Mm-hmm. So they're bringing a lot of this glorious desire for freedom. Like it's like freedom in like the Cubans, the Colombians, like the Dominicans, like everybody meeting, like there's a sense of like, I want to be free. Yeah. I love freedom. There's American flags everywhere. There's flags on the boats. There's flags down the roads.
There's a lot of gratitude.
And there's a lot of just pride in the country, pride in the freedom of the country. Even the networking events we go to. In Orange County, every networking event went to, everybody had cell phones out 24/7, taking pictures, doing videos. Here, we go out, people who are big names. Nobody's taking their cell phones out. They're just like talking and connecting. They're not trying to tag everybody. They're just like, they're being in this place. And here's the other piece. In Orange County, you would hear it once in a while, the conversation of God. Here, I hear it nearly every conversation, whether it's with the Jewish people, the Christian people, or the people who are neither above. I haven't met too many Muslims here. Mm-hmm. But like the Jewish, our whole neighborhood is Jewish. Mm-hmm. People got this house from are Jewish. They're so nice. Mm-hmm. They're amazing. That was like when we came up and like was all passionately talking to us yesterday.
Yeah, they're very like into their faith, whatever it is.
Hebrew.
And they're not
read them,
scared
but I was like very grateful. She gave them to me. I was like, I can't read this. She's like, it's okay. Just phonetically read it. It will work. I'm like, okay.
Everyone's a passionate missionary.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then also the piece is there's this desire to grow. Mm-hmm. And this seems to be this, and it's not again that it doesn't exist in Orange County. It's that the number of people who are in that energy here is significantly higher. And I also think that there's a lot of money in Orange County that's kind of established.
Yeah.
And so people are kind of in the
mode.
Well, it's like they built all their shit.
Yeah.
Now they're like
It's kind of a little
Here, people are
sleepy.
like, let's build more shit.
Yeah.
Like Grant Cardone, perfect
Yeah.
example. Our mentors, like, we already got billions. Let's get more billions. Let's
Yeah.
build more things. Let's take over the world. There's just an energy of everything is 10x, which is kind of
I think it kind of pushes you though, like the energy, like because where we were, it just felt like you were saying. It just felt even like the people that were billionaires or whatever.
We
they
had 6 billionaires in our
They had
neighborhood.
they didn't aspire to do anymore. They're like,
No.
I got to settle in, and I'm here, and this is great.
Gonna walk the dog today.
Yeah, and that's not really what this life is about. Like the money is going to come, but we're always meant to not be comfortable. We're always meant to push past it. And I even told Garrett when we were moving, I'm like, it's not about the house. Our house in Orange County was amazing because people were like, why'd you move? And I'm like, because it can't always be about the house. If it's about the house and the retirement and the settling in, you're going to be depressed and miserable because that's not what this life is about.
And you just be a dick to everyone.
We know, yep,
We know
that's
a
true
few
too.
dicks to
But
everyone.
but that's the thing is like when I
if you're
got
listening to
that,
the show, you know who you are.
when I got that, it was like it's easy to let go. It's not necessarily mine. It's a perk of like what we've done in this life, but it's not mine. And if you become attached to it, that's when you're actually going to become a slave to the checklist of like I made it. There's no such thing as I've made it.
So we have made the move, and we also took on some big commitments.
What is our commitment? Oh, we got lots of commitments.
We got a lot of commitments we've made.
I feel like it.
More commitments than we probably ever made.
Yeah.
Bigger commitments than we've ever made.
What's yours?
Super Bowl ring. That was the biggest piece of joy I ever gotten you. That was put a car in your hand, so that's nice.
Here you go.
On top of this, what was interesting was we made the decision to have Grant and Elena Cardone and Brandon, Natalie Dawson become our mentors. That was significant. That was a significant decision because of the time commitment and also like the financial commitment that we were making and just like our decision, the new offices in the 10X Center, 8,000 square feet on the 5th floor, like all the things we're building out, like all the commitments. And it's like there's this pocket of momentum that we're in that I feel like we've worked towards for well over a decade. And like now the window opened and all the lights went green. It's like going to the gym to elevation in the morning. It's so fast from the house, like 11 minutes. On the way back,
Traffic.
25 minutes. But on the way there, it's like 11 because it's just straight green lights or it's like yellow blinking lights and it's just straight to the gym. That's why I go at 5 a.m., which is also odd that I go past 2 strip clubs and there's people still at the strip club at 4:48 in the morning while I'm going to the gym. It's always a weird thought. I'm driving past, I'm like, dudes are getting lap dances right now and I'm about to go work my lats. It's super weird. I mean, every morning I'm like, dude, dudes are still at the fucking strip club right now, but whatever. So there's this piece of us that committed to go 10X. And we got around 2 environments. Got to hang out with Andy and Jacqueline Elliott at their place out in Arizona in their facility and their teams. So inspiring. So inspired by those two. And it was fun to hear the backstory of how Elliott Army began. And they came on our podcast. And to realize that Warrior and what I've done inspired Andy to launch Elliott Army. Like he started 5 years ago, was in car sales before that. And it was my videos and Warrior content that he the file said, he like, I couldn't figure out how to buy shit from you. He's like, but then we just duplicated what I saw you doing. I was like, holy shit, I can just cuss and yell and do my thing and blow torches and yell and do workouts. He's like, you were the guy I wanted to follow. So when I got there and got to meet all of his guys, went to church with like 150 of his guys and their wives, and like, it was nothing but gratitude. So that, and I was inspired by the standard. And he legitimately, when he says, you see videos of him online, and he's like, if you don't have a 6-pack in 90 days in my company, you're fired. He's not fucking kidding you.
That's a lot of pressure.
There's not one man or woman in their organization that's not lean and shredded or jacked and juicy.
Jacked and juicy.
Jacked and juicy. Just jacked and juicy, you know what I'm saying? You might have a little 4-pack going on, but you're jacked and
I was like,
juicy.
women with
Then
6-pack's
got lean
kinda
and
hard.
mean 42-pack down the same, you know? Like, that's different. But his whole organization hold a standard. Go to Cardone. People were like whining to us, why do the Cardones have a bad reputation for employment in Miami, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, and then I get into 10X and I'm in and around the environment and you find out real quickly why.
There's a standard.
They have a standard. You don't hit the standard, you're fired. Period. Natalie just fired someone on her team a few days ago, one of the bigger people on their team, fired him because the person was having an affair and she found out about it and fired him on the spot. And it was controversial in the organization. Like, what is it? She's like, no. We have standards around here.
Yeah.
If you're going to cheat on your wife, you're
What
going to
else
cheat
are you
on
gonna
us.
do? Yeah, exactly.
So you're gone. Bye-bye. Out the door. So we're just surrounding ourselves with people who are like, you can be who you want to be, but here's the
our
standard
standard.
here.
Yeah.
Here's the standard here. And the minute I saw that, I was inspired again by both Grant and Elena, Brandon, Natalie, Andy, and Jacqueline for just the standards that they're holding for their organizations, which is great because I feel like we've held a huge standard for my clients. But
then it falls apart in your
I've not had as
internal
high a
teams.
standard
Yeah.
for my teams.
I think it's hard though, like myself, I mean, I let go of my entire team this last year. It wasn't huge, but there was like 15 of us. And I was like, you know what? But it was almost, you're right. It was like they weren't living the Warriors way. There was no standard. And it was like, you kind of let that slip because you're like, oh, well, I don't want them to, they need to work really, really hard. So then they let go of things in their personal life, their relationships, their body. And then you're like, wait, that's going to affect how they're producing for me inside of my team. And so it's not just like a standard of like producing, but it's a life standard. It's how you carry yourself. It's your body being balanced, all of that. Your relationships with people. You let that slide in your company, you better believe they're getting sloppy in their body, they're going to get sloppy on the team. And we've seen it.
We've watched it happen predictably. Like, and you can see the signs on the outside of it, and 100% of the time that's happened, there's the problems come. So, but the same thing goes inside the house with the family and the kids. It's like there's like a standard that has to be set. But here's the crazy thing about standards. Like, you can't force me to do anything.
Right.
Ever. Even with sex. Like, if I decide I'm not going to do it, I don't care. I have a switch in my brain as a dude. I'll just switch off the sex button. Don't care. Like, I'll just, done. Don't care. So this thing inside, and you have the same thing. You have the same switch. You're just like, I don't care. No, I'm not doing that. It's like psychedelics. I was like, come on. Let's go. And you're like, no. I was like, tattoos. No. It's like, there's no. There's no negotiating this with you. You're like, I'm never doing psychedelics. I'm not getting tattoos. I'm not doing it. I'm like,
doesn't even tempt me.
exactly. And I'm over here going, come on. You can do this. Let's go.
I'm like, no, I got standards, babe.
Exactly. Your standards are for you, right? But having a standard for you makes you immovable. So when you have an individual man who has standards and you have a woman who has standards, now comes the rub. This is where the rub comes. And the rub's crazy because you can't have standards outside in the family, and you can't have standards in the business, you can't have standards in your neighborhood and standards in your church if the standard in you is weak.
Yeah.
But two powerful people in marriage who have standards for themselves. I have my standards. Like, I'm not laying in bed till 8 o'clock.
That's not a standard.
It's your standard. It's not my standard. I can't do it.
I'm not waking up at 3 in the morning because that's the middle of the night. And that's silly.
Exactly.
I know I'm going to fall asleep at 6 p.m.
Exactly. So, but we came to terms with that. I wake up at 3. That's it. That's what I do. That's my standard. I wake up, I read the Bible for an hour, I do my Bible stack, I do my prayer stack, I head to the gym, I work out with the boys, I come back, I do a few stand-up calls with my sales team, my marketing teams, my executive teams, and then out come the kids, and I see the children, and then out come you later. And there you are. And then you go do your workout, and you have your routines and patterns. So it's learning how to be okay with the fact that your standard and your habits and your game is different than your spouse.
Let me ask you this then, because you can say that's your standard, but in the end, like if you're like, I'm very fit, like I look great for my age.
Yeah.
So if I was like super overweight, you'd be mad that I was waking up at 8. You'd be like, get your ass out of bed. So then you have to ask yourself, if I wake up at 8, but I still hit my list, does that matter?
Well, we've already talked about this. It's very simple. If you got obese, we would be done.
That's rough.
And if I got broke and couldn't make money and couldn't provide, you would leave.
Also, if you're obese, I don't think I could hang with that.
But what I'm saying is that this is a reality. Because if I am a guy who won't go get a job and won't recreate myself. My point was just saying,
like, if I still have the results, then you can't really like.
For sure. Well, now we're dealing with different method and approach, right? So, but if I was a guy who sat around and smoked weed every day and played Call of Duty, and I didn't fucking make any money, and I was like, babe, go provide for us.
But what if he makes a lot of money?
If he makes a lot of money,
can he still take that time?
Did he already make? Is he a billionaire and then he's like retired to Call of Duty marijuana life? I have a hard time believing that. I don't know one billionaire that's retired to the couch, smoke weed, and play Call of Duty.
I just have to bring it back.
I don't know one billionaire that plays fucking video games.
I'm a mama of 4.
Okay.
And I run my businesses.
Yes.
And I have a 4-pack year round.
You look amazing.
So you can't keep harping on me for being in bed till 8 a.m.
No. I'm just stating reality.
Okay.
It's just a fact.
But it's my standard is not me sleeping in. My standard is the results that I get in my life.
And that's why we got such a nice bed mattress. It's high end. It's like Ferrari of bed mattresses. It's like a Lamborghini. It's like a Rolls Royce bed mattress. It's so comfortable, but I don't get to sleep in a mattress. You want to know why?
Because your daughter always wants you to pull you in.
Because you know why I do it?
So I can sleep?
Yes.
That's good.
So when I wake up in the morning, And then I get going, and I went and slept with like the 2 Ninja Warriors in bed
Except
all
for then
night.
one of them comes in bed with me.
And they nunchuck me all night, and I'm good because I'm just laying there getting nunchuck all night.
It's gotten to the point where
back
I'll be
to
like,
sleep. Nunchuck, back
I'll
to
be like,
sleep.
how many times is it? Who switched where? Like, we'll wake up and I'm like, how did a dog and a kid and where's Garrett? Like it every night. I can't remember the last time actually on the cruise. I slept great on the cruise.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's why like we need to have like a month of vacation, like overnight, even if we're like at the hotel across the street, just because I just want like a solid 12 hours of sleep. That's all I want for Christmas.
Yeah, have you ever slept for 12 hours?
No.
I don't think you've even slept for like 4 hours straight.
I know, it's rough.
You wake up in the middle of the night and have to pee and get drinks of
It's
water and
rough.
check your phone. You're
It's
like
rough.
liking my social media post at 3:15. I'm like,
Because
what in
my
the hell
brain,
is she doing?
hey, it's real. If you are a mother
I was
or an
like, did my
entrepreneur
wife just
or
watch my
both,
stories at 3:45
no,
a.m.?
it's true. You wake up
Is
and
she
you're,
sleeping? What is she doing right now?
you're like, I gotta order something on Amazon really quick, and if I don't order it right now, it's gonna bug me. I won't be able to fall back to sleep. So I get online, and then I'm like, I wonder what Garrett's doing, and then yeah.
And it's no wonder you have a hard time going to sleep.
I know.
And because you literally give yourself permission to wake up.
People are like, you
I will
should
walk half-eyed.
My
If I have
mom's
to
like, you
piss,
should try
rarely.
an Ambien. And I took an Ambien one time, and it took me like 2 hours to wake up. Like, I was like, God, I feel groggy for like 2 hours after I'm supposed to wake up. So I just suffer through.
I don't
One
even
day-
think you really sleep on that. I think all it does is numb your body out.
I
and
don't
your brain
know,
and
but I
soul's still
tried
going,
that, and I was like,
I
even
need to
on
sleep.
melatonin. Remember, we were taking melatonin for a while, and I'm like, I sleep good, but I don't know if I do because I wake up and I'm groggy.
Yeah,
It's
no.
bad. Anyways,
We did have a melatonin season.
we did have melatonin.
That was super fucking weird.
That
Every
was
night
weird.
we were eating gummies. So like, here's your
Here's
gummies.
the
Here's my
gummies. Good
gummies.
night. And
Let's
then in
go
like
to
10
sleep.
minutes, you're like drooling.
Well, and the worst part is we'd take the melatonin and the kids would still wake up and I'd have to get up down.
And then
Now
it's,
I'm
like,
like halfway
worse.
stumbling
Yeah.
like I'm drunk out of my mind, but I'm not. I'm just melatonin out of my mind. Like,
It's bad.
too much sleep.
So a lot of people will look at like what we had done in Orange County, just circling it back and be like, why would you guys move? But there
Good
were,
question. Tell them.
well, I was just thinking, like I was talking to, I can't remember his name, one of the guys on the cruise that we just went to, and you're always like
Christian.
saying, Christian,
From the
he's
Porsche
like,
Tower,
he's
yeah.
like, he looks at me, he's like, so how did you know? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, how did you know? Like when you make decisions in your life, like you have this, because you were saying like, oh, you just have this knowing. But it's like, for me, I'm in the process of writing a book called God is My Ghostwriter, because every time I've had a pivotal moment, it's not like I go out and I manifest something and put it on a vision board. It's like I get dropped the vision and it's like, here's where you're supposed to go. And I'm like, shit. And I like feel it in my heart so intensely that it's like, I can't ignore that this is truth. Like I've just been dropped to the future. So to ignore it, I think a lot of times people say, oh, that's ridiculous. And they push it off and they push it off. And I do that too sometimes. But the better I've gotten about it, where I'm like, I can't push this off. I keep seeing this vision. I keep feeling this calling. Then I'm like, okay, let's go. And so then I believe like manifestation is more of like doing the work to go where you already know you're at. Like time's irrelevant, if that makes sense. So it's just like doing the work. And so sometimes people will be like, oh, this is really scary. I'm supposed to do it. Like God called me to do this. And they go and then they hit a speed bump. Like, do you know the amount of speed bumps we hit before even getting here? And I was like, I just kept going back to what I already saw and where I knew we were supposed to go. Like letting go of my whole teams, everything that was going on with the kids. Like there was multiple speed bumps. But for me in life, it's like, that doesn't mean that you're making the wrong decision. That just means you're being tested to go where you know you are already at. And so for me, like, that's where I have this kind of like internal knowing of like, yeah, you can see this from an outside perspective of like, oh, look at this grand life they have. Why would you guys just up and move? I'm like, because that's what life is about. That's how you are reborn. That's how you grow. And the more that you listen, you realize you're kind of a puppet in this game. Like it's fun, but you're like, how can I serve? Where am I going? Who am I impacting? And it's this level of just like kind of surrendering to that where you are blessed. And it's not to say that it's not hard. And it's not to say that it doesn't come with its challenges. But the reward and the person you become and the people you impact on the process, you wouldn't have it any other way.
Jesus,
my mic drop.
well done.
But that's
We've come
why
a long way from the first shows where everyone used to yell at me and say, oh, you're always talking over her. She never gets to talk. I was like, the woman doesn't talk.
no podcast.
She's on a podcast. She doesn't talk.
Yeah, well, but
You
honestly,
just sit there
like,
and be cute and go hee hee, and
I
that
would
was
say-
it. I was like, oh, that's okay. I guess I'm going to talk some more.
I would say I wasn't a very good communicator, and doing the podcast has not only helped me in business, but it's helped with just my relationship with you, my kids, and it's just this ability to articulate and communicate. You know, if you don't speak a lot and you're like, oh, I'm just quiet, I don't do that. It's a skill.
People wouldn't believe that you were very quiet.
I know, but it's taken me years of just like learning how to communicate, and now it is natural for me. So the person I was 10 years ago, I was like, oh, that's not me. Well, become the person that you're supposed to be. Like the person you say, that's not me, that's not you, that's like baby version of you. So that's not even really, that's not you. Like we all have this experience in life to become whatever we want to become. But you have to put in the reps to whatever it is. If it's speaking, if it's, it's a skill set. And so it's fun. And I'm kind of like this year, I'm just like, all right, what's next, And I think it'll get to a season with us where we will be, I feel like we just kind of opened up and we're getting all these opportunities, but it'll get to a point too where it's like, okay, now we're going to have to be very, selective with our energy and who we strategically align with.
Yeah.
Because we were so just working our businesses, our companies, our families, and building stuff. And now we're like, let's take every opportunity. And it's great. But now it's even getting to the point where it's like, okay, let's be a little bit more strategic, which you see a lot in producers. It's just like, okay, you got to know somebody to get into here. And then ultimately it's like, can you create an opportunity together? Like, yes, it's social, but everybody that we've met that's kind of on this growth mindset, it's like, yeah, I like you, but how can we build something together? And that's what's really cool to see is like creating relationships, but not just relationships where you're like, let's go out and have cocktails. It's like, what can we build together and who can we help?
You're on fire.
That's got a lot of caffeine in it.
Yeah, well, it kicked in because you're on fire. So I'm going to ask you a question out of left field.
Okay.
So, when a man, well, I'll ask it in a question. When do you feel like a man feels the most loved? When, if you were saying all the scenarios for a man, when does a man feel the most loved and appreciated from his wife?
Sex.
Yes.
That was like check.
Is that
right answer?
ever going to change, do you think?
I don't know, because I've met men that seemed a little bit shut off there. So then I wonder, like, how do they feel love? Is it like just appreciation and cheerleading?
Could be.
And
if they're shut off, do you think they just quit on sex?
I think they go, their mistress is their work, maybe? Like, they get very, like...
But do you think they go there because there's just nothing at home?
Do I think they go to work because there's nothing at home?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a man, but
I'll tell you what, a lot of guys work more because when they come home,
they don't get sex.
They don't get
So
laid.
they're like, I'm going to pour this energy into somewhere else.
Yes.
I think that there's some truth in that, but too, like, for women, I'm like, I'm fine to have sex because I know on the other side of it, I actually get what I want. I'm like, oh, I get time and appreciation and the Super Bowl ring and all the things. So I get the game.
A lot of sex to get that ring.
I get the game, and there's I come to
That was a
understand.
great couple of years. Well done. You are a Super Bowl
I
champion.
am a Super Bowl champion
Yes.
of marriage. But there's times for
She
me.
won the Sexable.
There's times for me where it's like, I used to be a chore, but now I'm like, I want to do it for you. Like, even if I'm like not in the mood or whatever, but it also comes tenfold back to me because you're just like, hey, like, you see me more. So women are like, we'll always
Say
talk
it
about,
again.
you see me more.
Say it one more time.
No, I'm going to say it to the camera.
Say it to
so
the
one
camera
of the
one
things
more time
that
in case you
women,
missed.
one of the things that women talk about, they want to be seen. The reason they start like flirting or doing these things or putting themselves, they ultimately like kind of want to be seen. And so it's, if like you're satisfied, you look at me differently. If you're in work mode, I'm like, hello. I could be like jumping around topless. I'm like, hello, look at me. So I understand it. But then there's also times too where like I need my needs met too. So it goes.
But don't they get met if you just have more sex?
If what?
I mean, if your theory is correct in what you just said.
My theory is correct, but there's been times
Okay.
where you have even been like, you're like, I don't think I can have sex tonight. I'm like,
Oh, God. That's like 3 times in 2 decades I said
okay,
that.
no, there's been a few
3
times where
times.
like,
One time I think I had a bladder
No.
infection. The
Okay,
other time
no,
I
because
think
even
I was
even
like
this last
had
week,
was like hemorrhaging blood out my left
even
arm.
this last week, we spent more time together because it was the holidays, and
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you were very satisfied because it was like 9 o'clock and you were just passing out. It's like he is done. He's not even gonna try. I was like more the instigator this week to make sure that you were showing up with the kids and satisfied and like into me. But I was like, you were like good, like, but I knew I'm like, I can't let him go to bed at 9 every night. I gotta make sure he's taken care of at other times. So I know I'm just
and
saying,
we
like,
did.
I understand the mission. I'm just saying, if like
You understand the mission?
I understand the mission, I'm just saying, like, if you are like a total asshole to me, then I wouldn't want to have sex.
Listen, I'm not saying that a guy can't have a bunch of sex and still be an asshole.
Like, if you didn't apologize to me this morning, even though I know you were not in your right mind, I would have just done the podcast and I would have not, like, I would have just been like, whatever. He didn't apologize. He knows he was a dick, so whatever. Like,
Well, it's easy, just like here to here. It's harder for women to be sorry.
it's harder for women to be sorry?
Yeah. Dudes are like, oh,
No,
I fucked up. Sorry. Yeah, that was me. Women are like, reason, story, justified, project back to your husband. Eventually, you land 2 days later.
I would say that might be
I'm sorry.
true.
And I'm like, what? Sorry, I've been waiting 2 days to hear that. What did you say? Did you say sorry for being a bitch? Good
I
job.
would say I get over things pretty quickly, though.
No, but that's how girls do it, though. They get over it by not talking about it. They
That's not
talk
true.
about every fucking other thing under the sun, but just saying the simple thing the guy wants to
No,
hear.
if
Hey,
you-
I was a bitch. I'm sorry.
If you hadn't have brought up last night or said anything, like, I would have come to you eventually at some point today and been like, hey, where are you at?
Yeah, but I did the thing.
I know, so you were good.
I know, but I'm saying like that. So let's go back to the topic, though. The topic is very important. It's a very important topic.
Okay.
It's a very important topic for men, and this is when everybody's ears bend into the
Okay,
show.
we're ready. Where are you going?
They bend into the show.
We're ready for this bend.
There might even be some blood flow with that bend into the show. I don't know. I'm not saying
What's your
I can't
question?
prove it. But here's what I'll do. If the formula is so simple for dudes, okay, just hear me out.
Okay.
If the formula is so simple, like big crayons, 4 colors only, red, blue, green, yellow. That's it. 4 big crayons. All you have to do is take the crayons out of the box. You can hold all 4
But
crayons
do
at the
you
same
know?
time.
Okay, you coach guys, because I know
But
where
you're
you're
not
going with
even
this.
letting me finish my point.
Well, I
You
already
just
know
got to
where
let me
you're going.
finish this
Okay.
analogy so we can land, okay?
Okay.
Because the guys are listening right now. They're going, go for it. Show them, Bo. Show them. And I'm like, trying, but you're cutting it off. You're cutting off the crayon analogy. Now they're lost. I got to fucking start over because guys don't even know where we are now.
I don't know where you're at.
Exactly, because you cut it off.
Okay.
So I got the big ass crayons. All a woman has to do, she knows where the crayons are. There's hundreds of boxes of crayons around the house. The man has literally bought from Amazon 1,000 boxes of 4 big ass
You
crayons.
want her to
and
just
he's put them
color?
everywhere. He's like, they're all over the fucking place.
Okay.
It's Christmas. What do I want? I want you to draw on me with the crayons. Valentine's, draw on me with the crayons. Christmas, draw with me on the crayons. Celebration of Jesus' birth, draw me with the crayons. Crucifixion, draw me with the crayons. It's just crayons. It's easy move. Easy move.
What if it's pin cushion? Do they still want that?
That's a contingency factor.
Okay.
So we're coming
If
over
it's
here.
mercy sex all the time?
See, this is the thing I'm talking about. So it's so easy. 3 things.
What if she's so resentful and she's just giving him mercy sex
these-
every night?
Should get divorced. Absolutely should divorce mercy sex.
But that's what I'm saying. This happens
Do you know
too.
how many women want to draw these crayons? There's so many women want to draw those crayons. And so the problem is you get married to the one, you say, you're my one. I choose your vagina for the rest of my days. I want you. I want your breasts. I want your ass. I want your vagina. I want you.
But he
you're
cannot.
mine.
But she will not be fulfilled if he is working every day, 24 hours a day, like all.
But one of the reasons he works so much because there's no motivation to come home. Because what it comes home to is cover the kids with a wife.
So what is your question, Garrett?
I'm still getting to the point of it.
Okay.
You just keep interrupting.
Just really
All the
confused.
guys are now very upset because you keep interrupting.
I just think you want to go color.
Now you're getting it. We just want to color. Now you're getting it. See, you stuck with it. You're now getting it. We just want to color with you. That's it.
Okay.
So we want you to draw on us with these crayons every day.
Cool.
Easiest task, right? So like if you took a woman, if I took you and I said, and all women, they had an easy button that just said, hit this 4 times. There's not a fucking dude on the planet would be confused by this. He would be like, so hold up. You're telling me I'm going to get everything I want. I'm going to get a peaceful, passionate woman who looks at me, sees me, loves me, longs me, and will do everything that I want. And you're telling me with this little red button right here or these 4 crayons, all I have to do is take the crayons out, draw a circle. Done. Or I have to hit the button 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every fucking dude, even the stupid ones who have very little intelligence, they're smart enough to know, get what I want, hit the fucking
What
button.
if?
Guys will hit the button all day long. The problem is women don't have a button that's go 1, 2, 3, 4,
But I
and
have
they
a
move the
serious
fucking
question.
button and they can pick up different crayons and they say, I don't like those crayons anymore, and then I don't like these crayons. So we come back with the crayons. We don't know what to do. You get the 643 pack of crayons. So we're trying to figure out which crayon in the
Really
fucking box
stupid
are after. I
analogy.
don't like that one today. I don't like that one. Guys are easy. 4 crayons, 1 button. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have a really important question.
This is what you do. You don't answer my questions. You just give me another question.
I'm giving you a parable.
I've already given you the parable of the crayons.
No, your crayons are silly. So, what about the guy who can get laid as much as he wants,
Married
whenever
guy?
he wants? Oh, has he married?
Well, if I'm single,
here-
I could go get laid every night in Miami.
But here's the thing. And then we have a few friends, and they're like, Coach, why am I not fulfilled? I can get sex twice
But
a day
why are
if
we
I want.
talking
So
about
if that's-
single dudes?
So if that's the easy button for men, and
Yeah.
you have these guys that, so you're,
Well,
my
because they can
point,
choose
my
from-
point in
they
the
can have-
statement
they
is
can
you're a
clone with-
liar.
they
There
can-
isn't an easy button
Oh,
because
stop.
these single guys that are going out, they could get as much
Stop.
sex as they want, and they have
Stop.
the money and the cars, and they're like, I don't know why I'm not satisfied. Why do I just want a wife and kids? You're like, you dumbass. Like, because that's not what you want. You don't just want sex. That's just what you think. And although it is part of
Says
the marriage
all women.
game,
And
no, how would you answer that question? So
well,
why are these
now
guys?
that you've decided to try to pull a political
Why are these guys-
sham on me?
why are
and
these
take it-
guys that
listen,
say
Kamala
come to you
Harris,
and they're like-
we're not even fucking talking about your birth and how you grew up and
She's
didn't
called
work
me
at
Kamala
McDonald's.
Harris.
But Kamala just talks about bullshit over here, and we're trying to make a point.
That was your crayons were stupid. Answer me.
Oh, exactly, Kamala. You just Kamala'd my Trump stance.
But for
trying to
reals.
make it simple. Build a wall.
I would know.
Simple shit.
I
Build
was just
a wall.
saying, that's
Next
not-
thing you know, we're talking about fucking turtles and straws and trying to save them in California. You ready? Can I finish the parable?
No, you got to answer my question.
I'm answering your question. You can't. You're now comparing an orange to a watermelon.
I'm not.
You are. Married dude, orange, watermelon, broken
You
up.
said all men have an easy button.
All men have an easy button, for sure. For sure.
Okay, well, if he's
But
getting
we're-
his easy button.
We're talking about married men
So
who chose one vagina that don't have the buffet of vaginas as an option. Because see, here's the thing. If I could go sleep with anybody and be married to you, it would put you on your heels. Because you would have to show up a different way. Because then you couldn't just show up as a
I
woman.
wouldn't be with you.
Okay, that's my point. And that's why most couples, they don't do this. If you were out sleeping with other guys, the same thing, I'd be gone. So now the trap of marriage, which is like, I chose your penis, you chose my penis, I chose your vagina, we're in it to win it, pinky promise. Now, that contract comes with an easy button, but the girls don't read the fine print. And the fun part about fine print for the guy contract is just one big ass fucking page that just says, easy button 4 times. That's it. So just hit the fucking button. Girl's contract rolls out the door, down the neighborhood, across the street, down Billionaire Row. All these fucking things in fine print. We can't read them all. We're just saying, hey, here it is. I choose you. I think you're beautiful. And here's the thing. Dudes, once they choose their woman, they're like, they all think they're hot.
Yeah.
Short, tall, thick, thin,
The
whatever.
only-
Big ass, small tits, big tits. Doesn't matter. Dude's like, that's my vagina. I chose her. It's real easy. Here's the easy button. Just hit the button. And I'm not saying you don't hit the button now.
I feel like a little bit attacked, and I did
No,
great
you.
this
I'm
week.
attacking women right now.
Oh, so that's
Not
lovely.
you. You're a woman, but you figured out the easy button. You're the one that created QQP, quickie porn star. So
That
give
was
me knuckles.
no. You don't
Do it.
You don't get a
Do
knuckles.
it. You created it. It took out. It went viral. If TikTok had
Okay.
existed back then, it would just knuckle that shit.
Oh, no,
no.
I do.
Okay. Yep. This is the resistance. See, now you're trying to represent all the women who won't hit the easy button.
I just want you guys to know my husband is not an asshole, and he does mean the best for people and humans in general. And he is a good guy, and he is a good dad, and he is a good husband. He's
Not
very
good. I'm great.
reactive, but
I'm great. I'm great. All that shit. So here's the thing, though. We still have not landed on the premise. And now every listener is laughing their ass off because they're watching the dynamics of men and women at play real time happening in this
I'm
living
just
room.
wondering where this is going.
This is what women are all saying when guys say, hey, I got a real easy 1-page contract for you.
I feel like I'm
Hit the
pretty.
button
I feel
4
like
times.
I'm pretty easy.
I've already said you're easy. You've learned how to hit the easy button. You're a smart woman.
Okay.
We're talking about the dumb women who don't hit the easy button.
But what if their guys are not showing up?
But this is where the
What if
paradox
their guys
comes.
are not taking care of them?
Yes, but here's the paradox.
Why are
If
they not feeling safe and secure?
But you just
Why
said,
is she
but you just-
outproducing him?
You just said if the guy is getting it, I see you more, I notice you more, I'm more into you when we're having sex. So if a woman knows
So
this,
do you want me to give some advice? Being
no,
married?
I'm just trying to get to the answer
Okay.
of why. There's a why at the back of all this you
Okay.
keep not letting me get to.
I don't think there is.
If the button is sitting on the counter and all you have to do is hit it, you just got to hit it.
Okay.
And you know
Can
on
you
the other
spank
side of
it?
it, you can spank the shit out of it. If you want, you can spank it 4 times.
Okay.
You can lick it 4 times.
No.
You can sit on it in any direction 4 times. You could land. You could change
Okay,
directions
keep
on
with your
every one
point
of
of
them. You
this.
could sit on it this way, sit on it that way, sit on it this way, lick it, do your thing. You could do all you want to the button. But if the button is so easy, why do women make it so fucking difficult for themselves to hit the button?
I think that they're waiting for their needs to be met first before they participate.
But didn't you tell me that if the buttons hit,
But you don't
they
know
get
that.
what they want?
You don't know that. And also, like in our relationship, I will tell you, when 13 years ago, when you say that's the easy button, but you're like working all the time, and I'm like, oh, I just got to be supportive, and I'm building all this resentment, and I'm young, and I don't know, and then you're coming home late, and I'm like, I'm not gonna hit the easy button, like I just don't know.
But
And so then-
imagine you
right,
were
no,
hitting.
let me finish. Let me finish. So then we got to this place in our marriage where there was just no chemistry, there was no attraction, there was just nothing there. But I wanted to have great sex. I wanted to feel free and vulnerable and safe. But also there was this period where we lost everything. So you're the provider. We have 2 kids. We're emotionally disconnected, and now you're not providing. I'm like, not only am I not attracted to you, but there's no win in me hitting the easy button for you. I have lost your trust financially, everything else. So why am I going to hit the easy button? So it's this, we rebuilt this. Like, I was like, okay, this is when we launched our brands. This is when you launched Wake Up Warrior. This is when I launched Natural Beauty Rose. And it was almost like we went into this space where like neither of us knew what we were doing. And for me, I kind of got to this place. I started producing and making money, and I started feeling my own sense of like safety and security. But I still always
Wouldn't hit the easy button.
no, sure, there was there was still a lot of lack of trust.
Every fucking guy
resentment.
listen to this fucking show is listening to you right now going,
Yeah.
oh my God, my wife is on this show right now.
No, because-
she is just gliding past the easy button with a story that's
No, because
19 miles long
because
about
you weren't-
why she won't hit the button.
Because I didn't want to have sex with you. I was
Okay,
not
that's
attracted
honest.
to you.
That's honest.
I was not attracted to you.
That-
I'm like,
that's
you have
honest.
no money. I am producing. Why would I have sex with you?
I know.
I barely want to be married to you.
I get it.
And then it got to this point where I was like, well, I don't want to be with somebody I don't want to have sex with for the rest of my life.
Right.
And I'm tired of what we call it pincushion sex or mercy sex or whatever it is. I'm like, and I'm tired of having sex like that too. Like, I would prefer to have good sex, and I want to be fulfilled. And I think a lot of people get in this space inside of their relationship and their side of their marriage, that they accept that to be truth. And that's how it has to be. And I'm like, it's not. And for me, I knew that it didn't just come with you changing. It didn't come with just you making more money. It came with me too. And so even though we were in this place where we weren't financially where you see us today, I was like, okay, if I'm a part of this relationship, if this is 50-50, then, and I want to have great sex and I want to have great connection, then what do I need to do? And I was like, I need to stop being a fucking prude. And don't enjoy that comment that long. So when I thought that, I was like, okay, I'm going to test something. I'm going to initiate. If we go on vacation, I'm going to, like, even though it was
You're going to hit the easy button?
even though it was uncomfortable and I was resentful, I was like, whatever, let's fucking do this. What I will tell you, there was a lot of power in this, ladies. There was a lot of power in this. I was like, oh, the easy button is very powerful. Like, I own this man.
Mic drop.
So,
You just closed my case. You just talked long enough to
but
close
what
my
I'm
case.
saying
Keep
is, like,
talking, woman. All we're doing is closing
what
the
I
easy
realize,
button case.
what I tell people, students, when I'm coaching, I'm like, listen, you can always get whatever it is you want. You have to
You
look
just have to what?
you have to look
You
at
just have to hit the what?
No, shut the fuck up. You just have to look at the end result, and sometimes you don't want to do the shit in between,
Like,
but
hit
you
the
got to
easy
do
button.
it because then you'll get the result that you want.
Oh my God, this show is the greatest show that's ever happened.
Did you do drugs before this show?
The last 25 minutes of what just happened, or 20 minutes, 15 minutes,
I feel bad.
this clip is like a documentary
of
of
crayons.
just greatness. No. There's not a guy on the planet, don't care your race, religion, nothing, that will listen to this and not laugh his ass off at how crazy the dynamic was. You remember when I said this?
Oh,
You did it. You went, and you came right back to the easy button.
But the thing is, I have to say this. I think that what women don't understand
love you.
is like how powerful it is in like
To what? To hit the easy button?
no, to feel sexy for your man.
And hit the easy button.
And know that he looks at you like, God, this is my wife. Doesn't matter your shape, your size, your color. Like, this is those moments where you can like look at your man and he's like, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
After you hit the easy button.
I gotta go, guys. It's been a great podcast. We'll see you next year.
Are you leaving? No. Oh, sit your ass down. You're not leaving this show.
I was like, are we still going back to this?
Listen, we're gonna have a date night. We're gonna go back and listen to the last 20 minutes. I'm gonna transcribe it.
You're gonna transcribe it?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what it thinks about what happened.
Okay.
Just see what it thinks. Because we landed at the same place. So here was what we found in therapy, which is hilarious. We were always saying the same thing. But women, as you can tell and was just demonstrated, have a very different way of arriving at the same outcome men we have trying to arrive at with them forever.
We'd like you to take longer and not come so fast.
That's not a problem. I got that handled. Now I get the opposite problem from you. You're like, oh my God, are you going to be able to go? I was like, it's been 12 minutes. You know how long
I got
I've
things
worked-
to do.
You know how long I've worked to get to 12
I
minutes?
gotta get on Amazon.
I used to be you could do that 3:50 in the morning when you pretend like you're sleeping. So at the end, I watched this and I've talked with women about this. I've talked with men about this. I've shared this online. I've shared this in our trainings and our events. There's an easy formula for women too. It's easier than it seems. And part of that is a man being deeply grounded in himself. Right? Like the minute I stop grounding in you, like I don't find my certainty in you. I find my certainty in myself. I find my certainty in God. When that happened and I stopped trying to lean my certainty on you and look for your approval, and I was like, okay, here's where I am. I will tell you right now, radical sexual revolution happened for us because it wasn't I didn't want her. It's just that I was looking for power in the wrong place.
Oh, but it's so much hotter now. I swear that just happened like the last year. I'm like, there he is.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, and what also shifted too is like I wasn't doing things to have sex. I was just like doing things because that's what a partner does. And I was like living life in a different place, less reactive to the game. But also what happened with that too, had we not been having more sex, like had sex become like not an issue. And I'm telling you, this is a massive fucking problem. Like we watch it with our guys coming in. The reason we're being funny about it, but it is a sore spot for 95% of the men that come into work. And we have thousands of guys that come in. And then I've talked to the other men's groups, same fucking issue. 95% of the men, same issue. We ran our women's event. 90% of the applications coming from women wanting passionate sex, not having it.
I just don't think they know how to go about it or where to start.
That's exactly why we're doing the show, babe. We had to do analogies of crayons and just show them how the easy button is. Just release, we're going to do a date you by the easy button. We're going to ship them out to people's house for free. We're just going to put it on the wall and just let the ladies know. Hit it. TTF. Tell me, touch me, fuck me. It's actually a 3. If you
I
want
was
to
like,
add
so
action.
now you need more than sex.
No. Tell me, touch me, fuck me. That's part of the process.
Well, I would say like
If you tell me you're
Right.
the man, but then you don't fuck me, it's like, what are you
well,
doing?
I would say there was this
You
period
tell me and
too.
touch me, and then you
I
don't
was
fuck
gonna say
me. It's
you
like, what are
want
you
more
doing?
than just like sex because there's times like sex has been great, and then I'm like, how am I not feeding his needs? Am I not cheerleading him enough?
TTF.
It's a level of appreciation, honestly.
TTF.
But I will tell you, women want to feel appreciated too.
Yeah, they do.
How do we want to feel appreciated?
I'm a man. I have a penis. You tell me.
Well, you asked me.
Well, you said you're asking me like I have a vagina. I don't know. I don't know how to be.
Well,
you tell me.
I think a level of appreciation is like beyond support. Like, yeah, you'll support me with my business, hire nannies. Like, you'll pay for stuff, which is supportive, right? But appreciation is like noticing like things that I did. Like for women, I will say, because right now I'm like in business mode, but I'm also very much like mom mode. And so it's like we want appreciation for like little things.
Like
It'd be like, hey, babe, thanks for cleaning the kitchen, or thanks for doing like, I know it sounds like stupid and little because it's like as men and women we have like our roles. Like I'm like, of course I'm gonna do the laundry or pick up the kitchen, and I don't really care if you do the dishes. Like I don't mind doing it. But at the same token, it's like I like you, but hey, thanks for, and you'll text me sometimes like, hey, thanks for what you did with the kids and managing the schools and da 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 da. So I think
I
it's
was
nice.
doing that for a while. You didn't like it.
No, just recently though, like you were doing it, but it was different. It was like checklist appreciation, and like now recently, just this last
Like
week, I'm
vaginal masturbation.
sure, you was like it literally was like I'm gonna stack my wife and tell her about all the little like the general things you love about me. But recently, what I've noticed is you'll take a minute to be like, hey, I know you got the kids all like enrolled in schools and you organize the teams and this and this. Like, thank you. And there was a more of like a genuine notice of it of like, hey, that's my wife's role. Like I'm the mom, so I'm gonna do these things. I'm not gonna ask you to coordinate somebody to fold the laundry. You're gonna pay for it, but I'm not gonna ask you to do those things. So I like when you say, because women feel like, oh my God, you're being a fucking asshole
How
right
am I
now.
being an asshole?
Because your little smirk.
I'm just laughing.
No.
I'm laughing
I'm trying
because-
to give you a compliment.
No, I know, and I'm receiving
like
it.
the little things we like and we
I
feel
know.
seen and appreciated, even if it's something like thanks for enrolling the kids and taking care of the laundry.
So is it an outcome or is it an effort?
It's an effort.
Okay, so it's not an
Because
outcome.
I don't like, it's like when you bought me, you would go out of your way during work and you'd buy me flowers. I'm like, oh, that's really nice. And then all of a sudden flowers started showing up weekly. And I'm like, that fucking asshole. Because it was I can go buy my own flowers.
I can buy myself flowers.
I can use your money and buy myself flowers, or I can use mine. But it was, I know that you were thinking about me in the middle of the day.
I was thinking about you when
went
they
out of your
auto-delivered.
way, picked up the flowers, and brought them home. And then you were like, how can I automate this? I'm like, how can you automate sex?
But I was thinking about it because I got an
Think about
auto
it.
text.
Think about that in your mind when you're like, hey, I can pay for this to make it more seamless. Well, I can just pretend.
Have an escort show up here twice a week,
No, I can. Then it can be like
on demand on Thursdays at 3 and Fridays
I
at 2.
can pay for you to have your escort. No, then it's
So,
like it's the effort.
That would be the opposite for a guy.
It's the effort. So for women in sex,
We'd be very appreciative.
in sex, you enjoy when your wife's into it. So
Yeah,
we have to get in this space
Got it.
of not.
Can you see why? Can you see why this is so complicated for couples?
No, you're making it complicated.
No. Oh my God. Listen, like, we're gonna wrap this show, but here's what I'm gonna tell you. Like,
We're fucked just like you guys. That's it. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next episode of the Day You Right podcast. I'm Danielle, and this is my husband, Garrett.
listen, we're all kind of fucked in the following. We have chosen monogamous relationships in a growth mindseted world where you have two people who are trying to grow themselves, and then every day, every week, every year have to regrow and commit to each other. And that process is really difficult. It's really difficult. And that's why it's easier to just not talk about shit. And easier to cheat. And easier to shut down. And easier to just quit. Because it requires a very open dialogue. If we're this open having this dialogue with you on this show, what kind of conversation do you think we're having when we're not on the show? The same ones. Like, we have this most serious conversations here with you guys, but these are the conversations we have driving. Sometimes they're heated, sometimes they're not heated, sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're not fun. Sometimes they're painful, sometimes they're pleasurable, but like nonetheless, we're like willing to have the conversation. And the thing that ended for us both was a commitment to we're in it no matter what. I mean, a week ago on date night, you lost your shit. And I was like, okay. Like, there's a space now that's like, we've learned how to open space up for the other person to be human without the conversation in the mind of, I don't want this human anymore. Mm-hmm. Which is where the big shift came, is like, I'm in, you have a hall pass to be crazy at times because you're a human. And I'm just going to accept that that's a moment, and that moment doesn't define what we are. That moment is a moment. And then from that moment, we'll just figure out how to not have a moment like that. We'll have a different moment. And then we grow and we experience it, and that requires submission on both sides, from a man being able to say, hey, I fucked up, or a woman, I fucked up, and here's where we are. But this requires also honesty. You have been very honest with me in levels you were never honest with me in the last couple of years. Like the last 2 to 3 years, you've been more honest than you've ever been about everything, your thoughts, your feelings, your fantasies, everything. You're like, I'm being more honest with you than ever. On the flip side, I've been more honest with you, and that's painful, because sometimes hearing the truth from your spouse is very, very intense for your ego to hear it. And on the flip side, there's like this piece where you have to give it, and that hurts. And it's painful to share your truth when you know that the other person you're sharing with may feel hurt from it. And yet, what's the alternative? Get divorced, have an affair, hate your life. Or you could choose to date your wife, and in dating your wife, that means you have to recalibrate the game every week. It's like every year. Mm-hmm. It's like, are we in it to win it? Yeah, we're ride or die. Cool. What do we need to work on individually and collectively to be able to make this work better? And coming to Miami for us was a commitment to shift environments, which has been incredibly powerful for both of us. It's creating massive opportunities, but what it's really created for us is a soul level connection. That's why I gave you the ring with the phoenixes, with the AI made picture that you didn't like, but it was an effort. I spent an hour and a half on AI trying to create it. It took me a while. I'm not an AI guy, and so I got the best 2 phoenixes I could get and put them in a frame for you for Christmas. And
how'd you frame that?
I had people who helped me do things like this. That's how it showed up here. I had people help me with the ring.
Okay.
And it was a symbol of me saying, hey, I love you. I'm in forever. I'm not going anywhere. And I love you deeply with my heart, with my soul. You're my girl. You're my one. And I'm so glad that we've been able to fight through all the hard times to get to a place when we can be this connected at a soul level, to the point that our souls are communicating in a way they've never done. And we're experiencing empathy and forgiveness for each other in ways we never have, because the connection is now at this soul place that has transcended a lot of the stupid shit that we'll do at times as humans.
I think it's scary to share your truth with your partner, especially for women, because you're like, how is he going to react to this? So I've kind of had to, when I want to share something, it's like, how do I frame this? And sometimes it could be like, I didn't know that asking you to put your towels in the hampers would really set you off, you know? So it's like, even stuff like that, I know it sounds like a stupid thing, but I was like, this is really bugging me. Should I like tell him? Because it's like, it's such a silly thing, but I'm like, yeah, I'm going to say it. But it triggered you. Like I said, my timing, I probably could have said it on a lunch date when you were not stressed with work and stuff like that.
It'd have been a long day, and I just went through a hell bomb outside for an hour on the phone, and you decided to drop it right in the middle of World War III.
Because I was just doing laundry and I was thinking, you know, it'd be nice if he, and then I was like, should I ask him? Is it not that big of a deal? But it's that, my point in being is like, as a woman, it can be scary to share your truth because you're like, oh, I love my life or I love my lifestyle. And like, how is he going to react if I say this? And so we hold it in, and that actually doesn't serve you. That actually adds to the problem. So for me, I've learned over the years, yes, easy button, sure. I've learned that there's this vulnerable piece in me that he wants to see, which is just like talking about how I'm feeling. Because if you don't start talking about how you're feeling, and I've experienced this, you're ultimately like, your soul like starts to die. You're not happy, and you're like, what is wrong? And it's because you're not sharing or communicating with this person that you chose to do this life with how you're actually feeling. And so then that's when the resentment and other things build. So I'm still working on it, and so is Garrett, but it's like one of those things that it's like, okay, we're in this together, and I genuinely believe that we will go further and faster together than we will individually. Yes, you still have to work on yourself individually, but the things that we can create together is just, it's fun. So here we are, first episode in Miami, Date Your Wife podcast.
The first one we've
Rebirth.
done without a couple on the show with us for months. So like, I think, we were just getting it all out.
You were for sure.
The show fucking crushed.
You were like in a silly mood, and I was like in a serious mood, but it's fine. Hopefully it balanced out.
As I sit here and pet my guinea pig.
My little Yorkie came in.
My Yorkie guinea pig.
Yeah, she's cute.
She's cute. It's impossible to potty train that dog. It's
fine.
impossible, they say.
She's fine. It's not. You just take them outside. All right, wrap them up.
Oh, if it was only that easy.
Wrap it up.
Wait, is there an easy button for dogs too?
Is there an easy button for dogs?
Yeah, you just take them outside.
Just take them outside. You gotta hold space, Garrett.
We can just wrap this whole thing up with one simple statement. The easy button is doggy style.
Oh my God.
And that's how we'll
I'm
end
sorry.
this episode.
I hope you guys got some value out of the show. Thanks for joining us.
All right, listen. Thank you for being here on the show. Listen, here at Wake Up Warrior, we got so many amazing things happening. One of our most exciting things, and which would be so comical for people to listen to the show and recognize that, yes, we are all in on this too, is our Warrior Men's Bible Study. And you're like, what kind of Bible study are they doing? I'll tell you which kind. Real Bible study, real study for real men who want real results. All right, it's not a happy clappy conference. You're not going to come in and raise your hand, sing worship music for 6 hours, and then leave and be like, my life still sucks, right? We have an amazing group of 2,000 plus guys that meet every single week for free. You can check that out at warriormensbiblestudy.com. It's very intense, and it's very open, and it's very authentic. This podcast is that way. You can imagine how our trainees are and our calls with our guys are. Check that out. Also, Danielle has her own private show, if you haven't heard it, the Danielle K. White Show.
I was like, what? I have a private show?
Yeah, she's now on OnlyFans.
So I had a podcast called The Big Money Stylist. It was catered mostly to hairstylists. I run a brand called Natural Beauty Row Hair Extensions. And just in the last year, I shared with you guys earlier on the show, I just felt like I wanted to expand more than just the hair industry. So I changed my podcast to the Danielle K. White Show. And honestly, I just went out and asked cool people to join the show, and I just felt like such a warm welcome in the amount of people that came on the show, and I really enjoyed interviewing them, find out their stories. So if you want to hear more of my personal podcast with some pretty big names on it, and excited for this next year and who's going to be coming on the podcast, you can check that out at Danielle K. White Show.
All right, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for being here, and go get yourself a box of crayons, ladies. You know what to do, and that brings this episode to a close of the Date Your Wife podcast.